Seriously, this is not going to be a pissing match unlike the last several Roblox games we made a video on, because there's no reason to shit on something that not only understands its obvious limitations, but proceeds to exceed expectations. First off, I don't think there's any other Backrooms game out there that has as many levels as Redacted, and I am willing to wager by 2035 this game will probably be finished with at least 90% of the levels from the wiki, if not more than that. I'm pretty sure to some degree this game rivals Dream Games content. Like, there's a lot of shit people haven't explored in DG, but a lot of people over here in Backrooms Redacted aren't getting quite as far as Shady Gray or the End. It's not even an actual exploration game either. In fact, this game is so good at pulling the rug from under you, it's willing to not take itself too seriously in order to do that. In fact, Backrooms Redacted is literally just Yakuza. In Yakuza, you have your serious hardboiled story centered around Kiryu or some other asshole trying to manage the bullshit antics people try in the syndicate they're in, with so much tragedy and depression layered on top of him and his friends. Simultaneously, you got these immensely out-of-place side activities in each game that still manages to make it in every game anyway. Drag racing with toy cars, crazy taxi with trash, parts of Iron 4, real estate management, OnlyFans management, getting a fucking job. All of this is baked into what is supposed to be dead serious games, but they're not. Backrooms Redacted saw this and said, fuck it, every other game wants to be Kane Pixels, we're gonna be copyright infringement. Boom! One Piece characters. Spampton G Spampton. Just when you think you're on the edge of your seat, all of a sudden, it's Left 4 Dead. All of a sudden, you're playing a mobile game. All of a sudden, you're playing every tower defense game that has ever existed. All of a sudden, you're delivering mail to people. All of a sudden, this is just doors. This is literally just all of a sudden, you're the guy in Fight Club spending money on furniture because you're bored out of your fucking life. All of a sudden, you're dripping out your apartment with said furniture. All of a sudden, you're fishing. Why the fuck are you wasting your time with this? This does make it sound like a lower quality game than usual at the same time, but trust me, it doesn't. These levels do look amazing. Some of them do follow a very familiar repetitive structure with giant open spaces or reused areas altered and color swapped for reasons of pure laziness, but even these levels I'm referring to aren't even awful to explore or to look at either. Do not play this game on your phone. Just have a decent PC or console and fire up these levels. They are awesome on graphics 7 to 10. Level 0 gets that moldy feel right, Crimson Forest and other similar areas get that heavenly and spacious vibe right, and this fuck ugly piece of shit gets gag-inducing right. Backrooms Redacted Survival, when it works, just works. When this game wants to look good, it can look good. Minus the depth of field effects sometimes, but that's something you can easily fix with no loss in fidelity. AAA, it's time to take some notes here. Notice how everything isn't grayscale, dull, or uninteresting like most of your aesthetics? On top of all this game is actually a roguelite. I know, what the hell? A fucking roguelite? Backrooms roguelite? I say light because there's technically 1 or 2 items that stay with you throughout new explorations, and yes, that does mean it has actual risks. It's a very easy roguelite since you don't actually run into threats that much, but threats are still present all the same if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing and are just completely new to the game or a genre reliant on map shape like mazes. There are many trial and error sections in this game that are completely optional. I mean, the title you get for exploring 100 levels says it all. You don't get a title for exploring all the current levels, it's 100. Most of the dangerous and absolutely frustrating levels do not need to be explored within this 100 level frame. There is clear deliberation on you not needing to do that, despite the no respawn mechanic. You either don't need to push this game to the limit, or you absolutely want it to have it hard on you. Except for level 2.32 because the ending section is just not balanced for solo play at all, fuck you. And that's when this game's flaws start to pour in. Backrooms isn't just known as a liminal space simulator. It's Ina Dream Emulator. There is wacky shit, but there is present danger that is honestly pathetic because they are so painfully half-assed. The model work on the Backrooms entities you can run into is decent, but the animations aren't all too threatening. They're dependent solely on look, and once you play this game enough, you kind of just don't notice it. On top of that, a majority of the enemies you encounter in this game don't have actual pathfinding, and they just go off of Draco blocks from you. They get stuck, and they are fucking slow. The only time anyone's ever felt in danger was in a few key sections and levels where they introduced this dog fucking thing, which even then backs off so easily. You see this ring girl midget person, right? The bitch who couldn't decide between Jeff the Killer or Sadako? You have an incredibly, and I mean an incredibly, high chance of not seeing her in this level because she's already dead. The Smiler bumps into her before you even get to witness it, and she's already fucking dead as a result. Oh right, Immersion. Phantom on level 11, the snack rooms. This obvious Mary Sue of a character acting like she's Wesker. This all adds to the rest of us. If you're a diehard Backrooms fan who's been here since the original level 0 fucking shitpost on 4chan, you're gonna be taken out of the immersion a lot. It doesn't affect me and like dozens of other people who play this game, but if it does affect you, again, I wouldn't really blame you for it. I get it. There's all these levels, and then you got fucking Goonerbait Fisher Girl working the ride without even having a look. What the fuck? It's cool, but at the same time, it is understandably stupid as shit. Yakuza was lightning in a bottle. Doing it with the Backrooms was a bold fucking move. I mean, it obviously paid off, but it's only beginning to break even. I don't blame anyone who sees an issue with it. It's definitely big enough for us to have to even mention it. And oh my god, what is with these textures and these invisible walls? I know earlier I said this game looks amazing, but that's most of the time. There's still an insurmountable amount of invisible wall spam that takes you out of both immersion and exploration, creating a far more linear space than you initially thought. What the fuck is this, The Last of Us 2? And if that's not enough, you get shit like level 11 where every building only looks good from a distance. When you walk up to it, it's fucking PlayStation 1. This is like 3D era GTA buildings low quality. The airport level is an obvious free model, so I'm not gonna hang it over the developers' heads for something they didn't make. But what they did make was add a 3D era GTA plane that later shows up at said airport. I can see this shitty quality through the window, dude. Maybe this adds to the surreal nature, maybe it doesn't. This is honestly something you may have to decide for yourself, but to us, it only makes sense when it does, and it makes zero sense when it doesn't. And Jesus fucking Christ. Look, I understand this game needs to have at least somewhat of a return on your work. I mean, you can't make a free-to-play game and expect money to pour in without allowing direct access to dinero, but the way it works is dumb. The bonus room by itself is fine, but getting to it takes you out of the game so unbelievably hard, it makes you wonder where priorities went in its development, the bonus room, without fail, always finds its way to rip you out of immersion or you're want to explore more levels. After an important cutscene and ending, after an awesome level, after just about fucking anything, like a penny drop, you just show up to the bonus room and are made to go through backtrack hell again. It's really evident the game has to be PG enough to make some money off of the obvious kids that sit in level 0 all the time, but that doesn't really account for anyone else who doesn't have a dumb child brain. There's a really simple workaround that would keep the immersion intact without sacrificing the bonus room gimmick. Let the player manually enter it. After a big cutscene or a major level, instead of forcing you into the bonus room immediately, let the game gently offer it in the background, like a pop-up, or like you showing up at a fucking checkpoint terminal in a dark room saying, bonus room unlocked, access when ready. That way, you can finish absorbing whatever fucking emotional gut punch the game was trying to give to you. You can finish walking around, or dive into the stupid prize pit after you're ready. It's literally just about timing. Let us choose when to ruin the vibe instead of choosing it for us. I don't think any of us with marginally higher expectations wouldn't mind waiting a few years for this. I mean, this is the best Backrooms game for content anyway. Just sleep on it, please, bro, please. It's not the same for the original character department, though. I already mentioned it with the Mary Sues. I mean, some of these characters do work, but Jesus fucking Christ. The MEG base is an affront to humanity. I would have expected all the Yakuza shit to have stayed in the actual liminal spaces themselves, but the Case 1225 Twitter safe space brain rot spreads here. Tomboy GF, great, it has its audience. I fully get it even though it's fucking Legos, but isn't MEG a bit more authoritative or some shit? Like, I expect more organization here, from dress code to the fucking haircuts and all. I mean, it's fine. None of us don't think this is too much of a big deal anyway, but this is still a step into the blood ocean from that fucking submarine game, dude. Because my god, once you start talking to the anomalous entities, or the even more blatant Mary Sue OCs from Dark and Dawn or some shit, if you're not 14 years old and you don't know better, you had to have gagged at least once. I don't think these characters are badly written. I don't think they don't belong here since you already have characters from other major franchises getting stuck here for whatever fucking reason, but something is just undeniably off about having to run into them. Just like hearing the Velvet Room play on loop. This is not Persona, dude. This is the Backroom! It is pretty important to emphasize why we don't think the characters are not badly written, despite the fact that to anyone above the age of 16, they feel like they are. Believe it or not, there is an actual structured story for Backrooms Redacted oriented around a guy named Mike Sunderland. These characters, even if they feel so fucking insufferable, do play a bigger role once you actually find out more about Mike. That's where we find something actually surprising about this game. Mike Sunderland is the one character that makes all this shit make sense. You load into this Roblox horror game expecting another blank, wheezing mannequin of a man mumbling, "Where's the door?" before being yeeted by a JPEG monster. But no, you don't get that. You get Mike. Because that's the only thing left that has not rotted. For a little while, it's magical, because the guy is largely stoic. You're thinking, holy shit, they actually did it. They made a Roblox horror character with an actual soul. The guy's not a fucking yapper. But then he starts talking. This game uses the second worst shittiest font next to Comic Sans. I mean, we've been told in-game several times by people that it's not noticeable, but honestly, it is pretty fucking noticeable when you play games that prominently don't feature font as jagged and rough edge like this. So when you're reading the dialogue of this prick as it's slowly typed out, you're not only rooting for him, you're also wanting to rip your fucking eyes and ears out, because now you're also envisioning this dude talking in a special Undertale sound font. The dialogue itself is on point for this guy, but with such limited screen time combined with the fact most players aren't actually aware of him or even cognitive enough to recognize him, he ends up being Ryan Gosling for 14-year-olds. And honestly, he could have been great. I mean, do not get us wrong. He is good. He is absolutely capable of replacing Kay in that gif where he's standing in the rain staring up at that giant hologram lady with dead eyes. But if you put Mike next to actual, fully realized characters with complete arcs and emotional weight, he stands zero fucking chance, which is insane for a guy who's been stuck in a fucking rat maze. Even Nash from Dream Game, built out of 2007 parts, still feels like a more competent competitor for the literally me title than Mike, which is tragic because you catch moments, real flashes, where Mike seems like he's ready to level up into something special. Like that Polaroid photo you get in the Blue Album ending, that shit is melancholic. It sticks with you. It's that kind of perfect, ugly sadness you don't usually find on this platform. It shows you one thing. He could have been him. He could have been the guy in the fucking rain, like tears in the rain. Then you crash back into the reality of moments like, this place, it's a reflection of my own mistakes. And watch as Mike's stiff Roblox model slowly rotates like a confused animatronic. The limited writing, the janky cutscene animations, the need to keep him PG for younger audiences, they absolutely blue ball a character who is this close to legendary. He's a 7 out of 10 in a world desperate for a 10. Again, he could have been that. You can see it, but he's not fully there, and it hurts a little to admit that, because I also like the fucking guy. I, the narrator, can easily fucking be this dude because he's literally me, but he's also not literally me because this fucking writing is just not big enough. And on top of that, they somehow thought it was a good idea to introduce Mike as a serious character while the game is still online only, forcing you to see stupid Roblox avatars walking into every dangerous level like a Funko Pop. The fuck? But here's the thing, Mike mirrors the player's journey. Every time you wander into some terrifying new zone and feel that cold gut drop of, oh shit, Mike's story absorbs it. It becomes his hesitation. Your fear is his fear. Your desperation is his quiet desperation. Most of the time, you don't even realize you're playing as Mike because you already are. Mike's breakdowns, Mike's stutters, Mike's desperate pushes forward even when he's clearly breaking apart, they're all mirrors of your own survival instincts cracking underneath the endless fluorescent fuzz that is the piece of shit rooms. It's subtle, and honestly, it's kind of genius. Mike is insane. Mike is next level.
Mike Sunderland, welcome to MEG.
Okay. 0 out of 5. She's got no ass.